little salt and a lime will do. Sorry, I'm so loud. I'm in the drive-thru at Panera. Yo, I slept so good and I'm coming to life. I drank my double shot of Express. I got a double shot for breakfast. We got breakfast tacos and talked about this new evil pope. And I drank my coffee. I went to Walmart. I had to go in Walmart. I want to kill a little time with you. A little salt and a lime will do. I don't know the damn words. It'd probably help. I got a work outfit. Hey, yo. Oh, God. I am so sorry.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too. Lord, I'm running my mouth. She got a busy-ass drive-thru, and I'm sitting here singing la 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 with my head up my ass. On a prison farm in Georgia, close to the county, close to the Florida line. Well, I've been here for 6 long years. I finally made the warden my friend, and so he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Old Red is the damnedest dog that I have ever seen. He got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a 4-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to make it past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. And the warden saying, come on somebody, why don't you run? I just feel like for $8, where's the salad? For $8? Y'all couldn't have filled it up? For $8. I got some strawberries, some almonds, or no, pecans. And what the hell kind of cheese is that? It's some kind of fancy cheese. For $8. I know, right, Brax? How you doing? Hello, y'all. It came with a strawberry poppy seed dressing. Let's try it. It's a vinaigrette. It's like a balsamic vinaigrette. I like these runnier sauces. They go further. The thicker the sauce, I feel like the more harder it is to get it all over the salad. I like the thinner ones. So I sent out a letter to my cousin up in Tennessee. He brought down a blue tick hound. She was pretty as she could be. Well, he pinned her up in the swampland about a mile just south of the gate. And I took old Red for his evening run. I just drop him off and wait. So that song is like so good still to this day. I'm sure y'all have heard it, but if you haven't, the song, the whole premises of the song is a man kills his wife because he catches his woman cheating. So he kills his wife and he's sentenced to prison for life. Well, the warden likes him, takes a liking to him, and the warden gives him a hound dog to raise. That is, the hound dog is for sniffing if an inmate runs. See, back in the day, they didn't have fences around prisons. So inmates would just take off running and get shot in the back, or they'd have to get out the hound dogs to hunt these inmates. And so the warden has the inmate walking the dog every day. And the inmate sends a letter to his cousin in Tennessee and says, why don't you bring one of them blue tick hounds down here, a female, right? So old Blue is a boy. So the cousin pins up this blue hound in the woods, and when Red goes out for his evening run, he goes and gets him some ass. Okay? You get it? So at some point, the inmate decides to run, And he starts laughing when he hears them let the dogs out, because the dogs is headed to go get ass and he's headed south. So it's a really great song. But also he says love got me in here, because he killed his wife. That's what led him to prison. She's cheating. And he says love got me in here and love got me out, because the dog that was supposed to find him is over in the field getting ass from a blue tick hound. Great song, great song. I wish all country music still told stories like that. Great song. The strawberries are a little bit colder than I like. I like a room temperature. I don't like cold stuff. I went and got an outfit for work tonight. It's so cute. Y'all, I'm really starting to debate how much money I'm going to make at this job. I got to get gas before I go in. What is today? Saturday. That's the 4th or 5th time I'm filled up this week. If it's $60 to $70 to fill up, even on the low end, that's almost $300 this week. Just in gas. Just to get to work and back. Just to get to the gym. Just to go to the bathroom. It'll be over $300 when I fill up again before work. Ridiculous. Y'all, what is wrong with people? Where is this? Bartending. If I have to make another 1,000 damn old fashions tonight, probably. We're fancy, so people go for that. They don't ask for Bud Light where I work. They ask for damn Mai Tais and shit, which is fine. Panera bread. I wonder. Salad needs something. Y'all hear the thunder? It's been storming all morning. It never rains in this part of Florida. It's been raining non-stop for like 2 days. Or, well, no, today. Strawberries, cheese. I'm going to eat a chicken breast when I get to work because I have stuff in the cooler. And then I'll have a salad too. And probably some either yogurt or cottage cheese. This retinol, Walmart. Had to get that. I got an outfit for work. It's so adorable. Damn it, I just threw chips everywhere. Very 90s. I'm going to cut this. There's a lace skirt with a top. We're going to start with these. Tag. I know that shit's going to be aggravating me at night. The little top is so cute. It comes down the front like a corset. I tried it on. It felt like a glove. Alright, shirt. God, I'm so hungry. I walked over 30,000 steps yesterday, so that's probably why. That's 15 miles. So you want to become a bartender, huh? You ready to walk 15 miles a day? I think like 6 of those I did working out. Who? I love the pecans in this. Alright, so I like this, but I want it shorter. So I'm about to shorten it. And I'm also going to add a split up the side of the silk. So it's a skirt underneath and then this see-through fabric. We're going to add a split in the fabric up the hip. And we're going to shorten the skirt. I got the most raggedy fucking scissors. Of course I do. I need some new ones. Alright. I need to do this, like, I need to lay this over here. My fucking hair is all up my nose. It always is. Sorry. Didn't mean to hit you in the face. Yeah, some better scissors would be great. I might have to actually step out and cut this because I need the weight of the skirt to blade. There's that. I'm gonna straighten this up now. Sorry, excuse me. I need some better scissors. Damn it. These fucking raggedy fucking scissors, man. And I could hem this if I want to, but you're not going to be able to see it under that lace. Oh, I'm getting so aggravated. They're so raggedy that it keeps catching and cutting in spots that I don't want to cut. I guess I should have fucking bought those scissors at Goodwill the other day. They had a fucking pack of them on sale. I should have just bought them. Because I literally need them. There we go. Spoke too soon. Alright. Let's see what it's gonna look like. Short. I might need to go shorter. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on and see what it looks like. I think 2 inches off the bottom is good. Alright, where's the front? Where's the back? I just freaking cut out the tag. Well, I thought I had a tag in it. I think this is the front. It is. It is. Which way do I want to go? I've got to figure out. So you don't want to cut a certain direction because then it'll split. But they have, you see how it's sewn? It's got these things and that'll stop it from splitting up farther than you want. But I got to figure out how to make it flow. Something's stabbing me. I want to go like right there, or do I want to go up this way? I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna wait till I get it on, and then I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna wait till I put it on, and then I'll cut it. I want to split because when I'm walking and moving behind the bar, this shit is confining. So if your legs are trying to move, they can't move. So it needs a split. It looks good. Can you see the skirt? And the shirt is adorable too. It's also no boundaries. I'm going to cut the tag out so I don't have to worry about that bullshit popping out. It's a small from No Boundaries. They had it in white. I really wanted the white, but I know that the white would get completely filthy behind the bar. So I got the pink, and I don't even have to wear a bra with it. It's super cute. The way that it's built, it like, your boobs set right in it. And this part right down here comes down even further, and this like lays low on your hip, so you wear it like a low ride. It's cute. It was 19 bucks. Super adorable. Thanks, Walmart. Keeping me dressed for work since 2006. It's pure retinol. Pure retinol. Approved, dermatology approved. Purette. I got salad in my teeth, sorry. Damn, I need some toothpicks. And baby wipes, but we'll do that Monday. We'll do that Monday. I get Monday. Monday and Tuesday off. Then I gotta rest. I gotta work the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'll get Wednesday off, and then I'll be working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again. Or no, I'll get that following Wednesday off, and then yeah. So I'm working like 5-6 days a week right now. Which I don't mind. I need to work, but it sucks because we're a new business, so we don't get business like, you know, it's not. Last night was pretty consistent. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm used to serving a few hundred people a night. But it'll get there. I just don't know how I'm going to afford to keep going every day. You know, unless I build some regulars, so. And I think I have. I had that group of people come back last night, and they are so nice. All of my resources are over here. There's no places to park over there. So, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Where's my damn bath bag? That needs to go in the trash. I need to pack a snack bag for work. I've got hummus. I've got hummus, rotisserie chicken, yogurt, cottage cheese, salad, and boiled eggs at work. I got it in the fridge at work. I need to pick up a gallon of milk before I go in. Beef jerky. How many came in this bag? 16. Beef jerky for work. These are so good, by the way. The macros are good on this too. Like, really good. This is turkey. This ain't beef jerky. It's turkey. Is it beef or turkey? So I got pepperoni Triscuits. I got pepperoni packs, beef jerky, Triscuits, and I've got fruit down in here too. I got oranges and applesauce. That's good enough. because I got stuff in the fridge. I need to focus on eating the stuff I have in the fridge, my actual protein, the rotisserie chicken, the boiled eggs, the yogurt. That's where you need to be getting your protein from. Oh my God, there's so much trash. Let me just... I am going to take 1 or 2 of these drips and put them in my bag. Drip drop. How much sodium? Oh, it's only got, this is lower sodium, so that's good, but it's also got magnesium and calcium. I mean, potassium and vitamin C. So those are good. Jesus Christ. Breakfast we never threw away. We ate it. Where does the trash come from? Great question. You just accumulate it. You'll have to do this 2 or 3 times a day. That's just for breakfast. This is just mid-afternoon trash. That's all from today. Jesus. What am I going to wear? Which shoes am I going to wear with that skirt? Probably just some Sperry's. They're slip resistant because they're boat shoes. This is the area for it. I'm at the beach. I need to pack a bath bag. I also want to fill up this for tonight. Damn. More trash. I like doing the smoking martinis. It's so much, or smoking cocktails. That's so much fun to make them. And then people, like, they visually love it. They want you to set shit on fire. People, they love it. Look at hibachi. Why do you think hibachi does so well? It's dinner and a show, man. They love it. They love it. I used to set my nipples on fire at the strip club, and so they love that shit. You know, it's like a magician. You're like, ooh, abracadabra, watch this. Titties on fire. They love it. They love it, okay? So I like doing the smoking cocktails because they're always filming when you're bringing the glass out, and then you start the fire and then it starts to smoke and they start filming you doing it. I'm like, here, get this side. This is my good side. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like the entertainment, you know, the aspect of entertainment with your drinks or, you know, whatever. Yeah. You too can set your titties on fire without any harm for $3.99 with the back of a match, a book of matches. Jesus. You just take, it's literally so stupid, but you just take the matches and you like fan them out and then you clip them to your nipples and then you set them on fire. People thought that was just the most impressive shit ever. Talk about being easily amused. But listen, it was a conversation starter, and it's, you know, you make money with that. So so funny. But it's so true. That's how easily amused they are. You can tape matches to your nipples and set them on fire, and they think you did some badass shit. Just because it's got your titties in it. You know what I mean? But even still, and yet, the smoking glasses, the smoked glasses at work, they love that stuff. You know what I mean? They do. They love that stuff. So I'm probably going to try to blow my hair out. I don't know. First of all, I don't like this gym because they have hard water. Their water smells like ass. I keep talking about this. How do I get in the shower and my hair smells worse when I get out than when I got in? Something is going on with the water here. And when all of these people get sick, I mean, do I really need to fucking Aaron Brockovich this shit right now? Go start collecting water samples all over the goddamn city and send them in for private testing? I'm this close. Something's going on with the water in Jacksonville, Florida. And when everybody fucking gets sick and we ain't got no running water like goddamn Flint, Michigan, honey, just remember you heard it here. No, but for real. Now I'm stewing. I'm like, why can't I collect water? I can. I can collect water samples and send them to a private lab for testing. I sure can. I wish I damn had Ed over here to finance that like he did for Aaron. If you don't know who Aaron Brockovich is, she's brilliant. She worked for an attorney. She begged him, she demanded a fucking job. He gave her a job. And she started investigating the Hinkley, there were they were a manufacturing company that was dumping shit in the water in Hinkley, California, if I'm not mistaken. Sure enough, this woman with no education starts collecting water samples and having them tested, and sure enough, these people were getting cancer from the goddamn water. So don't say that it don't fucking happen, because it does. And that's not an isolated incident. There's lawsuits pending all over this country right now for shit just like that. I don't know what's going on with the water here, but it stinks. It comes out of the shower. You can let it pour into your hand and you can smell it. It smells like a homeless encampment. I'm not exaggerating. The water is so bad that when you go into the laundromats here, it smells like homeless people have been shitting and pissing in the middle of the floor of the laundromat because the water stinks, and the washing machines are being ran with the same water that's over here at the fucking gym. I thought that homeless people were washing their contaminated clothes in the washing machines. No, it's from the water being used in the laundromat. It smells so bad. You can't even breathe in there. I'm not exaggerating. I wish I could send y'all air samples so you could smell it yourself. For real. I must need to damn get on this and Aaron Brockovich this shit myself, because something is going on around here and it's killing my fucking hair and it's aging me. Is that why everybody fucking looks like milk? No, I'm joking. But for real, what could it be? And when you Google what is going on with the water in Jacksonville, nothing comes up. It's like everybody's just accepted that it smells like shit. Let's see if there's an article. Contaminated water supply, Jacksonville, Florida. Update? What you mean update? I fucking knew it. Potential contaminants have been detected in Jacksonville's tap water, including hormones and certain secondary contaminants like dissolved materials. Hold on one second. So I don't know what this is. Endoctrine. It's I want you to find this, so I'm going to spell it. ENDOCRINE. We're going to call it end disruptors because I can't say it. End disrupting chemicals is what they found in the water here. Listen to this fucking shit. The incidence and or prevalence of health problems associated with end disruptions have increased. Now, this is through the National Library of Medicine. It was posted in 2012. Okay? Hang with me. Many chemicals have disrupting properties, including bisphenol A, some organ chlorines, polybromated flame retardants, There's so many. It's thousands, okay? Hundreds. Even some metals were shown to have indestructible properties. Many here it is. Here it fucking is. Many observations suggesting that endocrine disruptors do contribute to cancer, diabetes, obesity, the metabolic syndrome, and infertility. Infertility. So going back, now we know what these things are. Dangerous as fuck. Where were they found? In Florida's drinking water. Jacksonville specifically. So the hormones that they found in Jacksonville drinking water, these can cause endocrine disruptors. That is what we were just learning about, that end word. So that's what they're fucking, y'all, listen to this shit. Secondary contaminants. These are naturally occurring and don't pose health risk, but can affect the taste or the smell of the fucking water. So there they are, doctoring their fucking story. Absolutely not. Clean water does not smell like that. I don't give a fuck what Google wants to say. Absolutely not. The smell is an indication that something is fucking wrong. Have we become so fucking sheepish that we are willing to die letting someone lie to us instead of doing the proper research ourselves and investigate this properly? I wonder how much it is to get water samples tested. I would have to get them probably about 12 different places in the city. And I would have to, where's the main source of water in Jacksonville? Where is the main source of water, drinking water, in Jacksonville, Florida? They probably have dams and stuff everywhere. St. John's River Water Management. St. John's River is where they pulled that little girl's body out the fucking river. The boat that capsized, the father that killed everybody. Clay County Utility Authority. Water Recovery LLC. It looks like St. John's River. I can get water out of the St. John's River. Easy. Easy. Hold on. I want to know the procedure. Where does Jacksonville? We have over 130 wells. Oh my God. That draw water from the Floridan aquifer about 1,000 feet below the land surface. The fresh, clean water does not smell like this. I will die on this fucking hill. I don't care if it takes 100 years for the truth to come to the surface. The fresh, clean water is pumped from the well fields to one of the 38 water treatment plants, where it then flows through an irrigator to remove the sulfur, rotten egg odor. Oh, is that what we're going to say? Then why does it still smell like fucking rotten eggs? So, you know, it's crazy that they're admitting that there's a problem. You got to read through the bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? Google is saying, oh, it could be from the, you know, the natural occurring chemicals in the ground, metals, elements in the ground. And what they're really doing is they're doctoring a story. So when shit hits the fan, they can say, oh no, that's not what it was. That came from the natural soil. That came from the rotten egg smell. They're letting the public know nothing to be worried about. It's absolutely, this is our fucking drinking water. Look what they did with fluoride. And now they're taking it out. You don't think for a moment that they can't fucking make this shit disappear? We don't do retracted messages on this channel. Anyone that just has pictures, like little cartoons, you're going to be blocked. You know what I mean? Anyone being ignorant? Yes, it's a hormone disruptor. Lord, oh, God. And these are people commenting, they don't have two brain cells to rub together. They haven't had a thought since they got to this channel. Anyways, this is to build a story. So when shit hits the fan, "90% of our drinking water flows from natural springs hidden beneath the limestone." But they have to filter that water. What do they do to filter it? What do they add to it to filter it? What do they add to drinking water to filter it or to purify it? Chlorine, chloramine, chlorine dioxide. They can also add other chemicals for specific purposes. Who's to say they didn't add specific chemicals for specific purposes, mix the wrong fucking combination, and now we're all fucking at risk for some weird shit? We don't know. You don't know. Like, that's the problem. The way that this water smells is unbelievable. And you know, the most shocking part is that nobody says anything about it. There are days that the smell is so bad in the air when you are just driving down the freeway. Something is going on. That smell would not be, you won't even be near a shower. You won't be near no running water, and you can still smell this, it smells like a homeless encampment. It does. You can smell this rotten smell in the air driving down the freeway some days when the humidity is high. Hold on one second. Company busted for dumping into the St. Johns River. Y'all, I don't know. They're saying that shit comes from under the soil. Well, then you need to come up with a better measure, because this is not safe at all. There's no way it is. Clean water does not smell like that. Point blank. It doesn't smell like that. Water treatment plants for Jacksonville. And you know, the crazy thing is that, hold on one second. I'll tell you. What company did Aaron Brockovich go up against? Pacific Gas and Electric. Could you fucking imagine? For those that don't know, that is an old company that has a lot of money. Pacific Gas and Electric, they were poisoning the water in Hinckley, California with hexavalent chromium. It was making children die of cancer. The whole family would be fucking sick. The mother, the father, everybody would have all of these ailments. Some of them had multiple struggles. Aaron Brockovich primarily went up against Pacific Gas and Electric Company, and the PG&E was the company responsible for contaminating the town of Hinckley. It happens all the time. It just so happens that they found a woman that got a sniff of something, and this bitch was a hound dog, and she got lucky. It happens all the time. The government lied about everything the past 4 years. It's not that far of a stretch to think that they would lie about hazards of the water, because if that happens, it's going to cause mass fucking panic. Do y'all see this? There ain't nobody parked over here, and there was nobody parked over here. He just got to park beside me so he can see me. What a creep. That cigarette's going to kill you, buddy. PG&E had been dumping chlorium-tainted wastewater into unlined ponds in Hinckley from 1952 until 1966. Aaron Brockovich, a legal clerk, began investigating the health impacts of this contamination in 93. A class action lawsuit against PG&E was settled in 96 for $333 million, the largest direct action lawsuit at the time. If you've never seen this movie, it's a great movie. But Erin ended up receiving a $2.5 million bonus off of this. She was a struggling single mother, and she's never had to worry about shit since. She's also still an activist for this, for pollution and dumping waste. Buckman Wastewater Treatment Facility, open 24 hours. How convenient. I can be on the property and get water samples without getting in trouble. Any time of night. They got fences. They do, but there's got to be damn runoff or some kind of water nearby. St. John's River, right out in front of these places. They're all like, it looks like easily accessible. Yeah, it's right there off the side of the fucking river. How convenient is that shit? Look, hold on one second. I'm going to Google Maps. So all you got to do is get on that fucking river and get it out the river. What the hell is going on? Oh, no, I don't want to download Google. Go back to web. It's right there off the river. On both sides. You could test both sides. I mean, it's going to probably be the same, but depending. Oh, no, I see now. It wraps around. So you could test anywhere off of that river, send it in, and see what the results say. I don't believe a fucking word. I wish y'all could smell it. I wish y'all could fucking smell it. You'd be like, absolutely. Let's test this fucking water if you could smell it. GEA, Greenland Waste Water. This one also has water on the property. And they keep them in these big tubes, but when there's water close by like that, it can be tested. No. What's a plumbing company? It looks like that Buckman is one of the biggest ones in the water recovery. Is that a private? Fuck it, let's just call it. Nosy.
Thank you for calling Water Recovery. You've reached us after hours. Our normal business hours are 7
it's Saturday. I wanted to know if they were ran by the city or if it was a private company of some sort. Shit smells like ash, y'all. Somebody said, I'm thinking about paddling the St. John's River in Florida for an extended trip. I know the rivers in Florida are full of tannis, T-A-N-N-I-S, pesticides, and general yuckiness. Is there anything I can filter the water with? Let's see what people said. The St. John is brackish water, meaning salt water, which is a whole separate issue than chemicals and all of that. Your best bet would be distilling the water to desalinize and get rid of anything else. Just bring your own clean water. I've gotten multiple rashes from the water in the river while shrimping. There's a lot of issues of the surface water in Florida. It doesn't taste very good, so if you're filtering it, you might need to add flavor. Huh. Florida's drinking water faces a range of contamination issues, including chemicals, bacteria, and pollution. Oh, so he got out to act like he was smoking a cigarette. Let me show you the parking lot. Why would you park right beside me? Hold on, let's take a gander. All them parking spots, and you got parked right here? No, he was creeping, and he looked up and saw the fucking camera when he looked through my windows. Did y'all see that? He looked 2 or 3 times. He probably goes to this gym and has seen my truck at Panera. Seen me beat bopping around, singing my music. Y'all don't understand. Like, I am light, and people are drawn to light, okay? So all they got to do is see my little diamond tailplate, okay? And they're pulling in. Oh, God, that's a girl in a truck. He got out. He looked through the fucking glass 2 or 3 times. And then he decides to smoke a cigarette when he notices I'm filming. How convenient. What a creep. Leaking septic tanks. You know, it's so crazy because I read the other day that in a few years, no one in Florida is going to be able to flush their toilets because of the failed infrastructure here, because the money doesn't go back into the infrastructure here. It sure doesn't. Not in Key West, not in Key Largo. Sure doesn't. Bacteria can enter drinking water through poorly maintained septic tanks. That's been one of the issues that they've had here in Florida consistently. Leaking septic tanks. You know, it's so funny because the water that comes out of the faucet smells like shit. Interesting. Interesting. Pollution. That's the #1 problem here in Florida. Pollution. What am I always talking about? Pollution. How much people pollute here. How nasty they are here. How the city is in fucking disarray. Trash everywhere. I see 3, 4, 5 pieces of trash right now. Big ones too. Just looking out my window. Here's an article that just came out January 8th. They have a looming water supply shortage here in the state of Florida as of January 8th of 25. An intensifying climate, over exploration of groundwater, and a development boom have catalyzed a looming water supply shortage in Florida, something that once seemed impossible for the rainy peninsula. And we just read that they dig down deep in the earth to get the water here. Like many places worldwide, the dwindling freshwater availability in Florida has been exacerbated by a warming atmosphere. Sea levels in the state's coastal regions have already risen dramatically in the last few decades, pushing salt water into the groundwater. That's why it smells like shit. That's marsh water. I fucking knew it. Remember, I'm always talking about after a hard rain, that smell is worse? That's why. So salt water is being pushed into the groundwater, creating an impotable brackish mixture that is costly to treat. You know how many billions of dollars they make every year in fucking tourism here? There's no excuse, none, for any of this. When did this come out? Oh, January of this year. So is this them conjuring up, part of their story? This is why it stinks here? It's the salt water being pushed into the damn groundwater, creating a brackish mixture that is costly to treat. A report released last summer by the Florida Office of Demographic Research found that the state may experience a water supply shortage as soon as this year. I think it's already happened, fam. All of our water smells like shit. I think it's already happening. And they're saying that this problem is only going to escalate in coming decades. Florida's groundwater supply is the primary source of drinking water for roughly 90% of the state's 23 million inhabitants, and it is vital for agricultural irrigation and power generation, public use by households, municipalities, and businesses account for the largest depletion of groundwater in Florida, while agriculture is responsible for at least 1/4 of withdrawals. How? We ain't even got no fucking orange groves here anymore. How are we wasting money on agriculture when we ain't even got no fucking farms anymore? There used to be citrus farms all over fucking Florida. Where they at? Great question. I guess we get oranges from fucking China. I don't know. Mexico. We probably get oranges from South America and fucking Colombia and Chile and all them warm places. I don't know, honey. I just know that none of this makes sense. And if it don't make sense, it's a lie. Holy shit. Look at this graph. How it goes straight up. That's not good. That's bad. So it looks like this problem started in 2015. So interesting. My problem started in 2015. 2020 to 2025, it has shot up significantly. Right here, we were at a baseline, and then from 2020 to 2025, the water problems have gotten, the lack of availability in clean drinking water has shot up, and then they're projecting it to go up even further. Florida is on the brink of a major water shortage based on the projected supply and demand. That's the supply and demand chart. Demand is going up, but supply is going down. You know what pisses me off the most is that they're over here talking about developing new subdivisions and stuff, and you see that shit all over Florida. But if you go to the islands, all of those houses are empty. We wouldn't have a housing shortage problem here if 1% didn't own 1 out of 3 homes in America, and large corporations didn't own the other 2 out of fucking 3. There's availability here in Florida. It's just that it's a spare home that nobody uses. We're going to go to Amelia and Sullivan's Island one day, and I'm going to show you how empty the whole entire island is. The 1% owns those fucking homes. It's crazy. We wouldn't even have this problem if people weren't fucking greedy. Yes, you're greedy. You have a home. Why do you need 2? You can't live in both at the same time, Karen. That's greedy. That's gluttonous. That's what God is talking about in the Bible. Okay? Shit like that, you'll burn in hell as you sat back and watched America struggle during a housing crisis, but you just wanted to have 5, 6 houses all over the country. Shit like that will set in stone eternity for you in hell. That makes you a horrible person. How long has the housing shortage been going on? Really, since 2008, we've been having these problems. And you sat on houses for almost 20 years knowing that Americans are out here struggling, can't find a home to house their kids? You'll burn in hell for that. 100%. So yeah, it's really interesting that their pro-development agendas have taken over here and they just keep building shit. But in all actuality, there's more than enough space and homes here in Florida. If rich people didn't have 5 or 6 homes here, there would be plenty to go fucking around. The water deficit will cost some $3.3 billion by 2040. So they have major water problems. Roughly 53% of the nation's aquifers are drying up as global warming systems confront warming. Yeah, they're also warming up because they're fucking overworked, honey. Poor little water pumps. Tampa already exceeds its 82 million gallons per year limit. Why is there not a filtration system that can get the salt? Why can't they? We looked into that. Why can't they filtrate ocean water into drinking water? The process of turning ocean water into drinking water is called desalination. It involves removing dissolvent salts and minerals from seawater to produce potable water. This is done through various methods, the most common being reverse osmosis. So why are we not doing that? The sea is eroding, the land is disappearing, so let's make some water disappear. It's the same thing if you have a glass of water and you put ice in there. Y'all know. You know what I mean. You take the ice out and you have more room in the glass. Is it not lucrative? Is that what it is? So let me get this right. They're probably trying to create a story now since 2012, and it's absolutely a real problem. So they're trying to get their story set in stone now, DeSantis, so that he can ask for more federal funding to fix the problem. Instead of coming up with new methods of doing things, being innovative, becoming creative, and a little bit of, applying a little bit of, what is it called, ingenuity, instead of coming up with something better, we're just going to stick with the failed systems that we already have. When clearly, yes, ocean water could be made drinkable through a process called desalination. So why are we not doing that? Why are we not pumping that shit out the ocean, filtrating it, and turning it into drinking water? I mean, where they're getting it from now is just as contaminated. So, I don't understand. I don't understand why the world operates this way. Why don't we? Let's see. Why don't we get our drinking water from the ocean by taking the salt out of the seawater? Oh, we already do this. Yeah, they do it in other parts of the world. Even with all of the water in Earth's oceans, we satisfy less than 0.5% of human water needs with desalined water. It requires energy, that's why. So it's going to take money to make money. And the system that we already have is already built. The wells are in the ground. The plants are already there to process the water to clean it. And this is the infrastructure that we have, and it would cost too much. It would take a lot of energy. It's hard to put an exact dollar figure on the desalination. This number varies widely from place to place based on labor and energy costs, land prices. No, we already have the land. This is the fucking government. They already got the fucking land. Financial agreements, and even the salt content of the water. But switch the source to a river or an aquifer and the cost, So it looks like it cost about $1 to $2 to produce 1 cubic meter of desalted water from the ocean. But switch the source to a river and or aquifer, the cost of cubic meter can plummet to 10 to 20 cents. So what, we're just gonna get sick from water that could have been better? I mean, like, we're just going to cut our nose off to spite our face. There we go. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So they can do it. It would just make the cost of doing it go up, which would probably make your water bill higher. But what do you care about more? Having clean drinking water or your kids dying from cancer? Would you rather have clean drinking water or sick kids? I mean, in my belief, in my opinion, this is probably why some of these problems in society, health problems, have gotten worse because of the water contamination all over this country. Look at Flint, Michigan. They still ain't got clean water years later. And why did that even happen? I think it was I think their infrastructure failed, didn't it? What we're talking about? What happened in Flint, Michigan with the drinking water? Didn't they have like reservoirs? Yeah. The Flint water crisis was a public health crisis from 2014 to 2019, and it's still ongoing. So Google, get your shit right. I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. It's still an ongoing crisis. So I'm going to need you to change that from 2014 to 2025 ongoing. It was contaminated with lead and Legionella is bacteria. Photonic fever is what it causes. So these people drank that water and they got sick as a fucking dog. Resident, oh my God, y'all. Residents complained about the taste, the smell, and the appearance of the fucking water. What did I tell you? It's a warning sign. That water being fucking brown, I put water out of the water fountain in my water bottle and it was brown. Don't be drinking the water in Florida. And try to stay away from anywhere where the water reeks, because that is a sign. Something is going on with the water here, and when it's found out, so they were saying that it's from corrosion. The city was saying the water is brown because it's coming out of the ground that color. Nothing to worry about here. It smells like that because of sulfur. The rotten egg smell is because of the ground. The same shit they're saying here. A pair of scientific studies confirmed that the lead contamination was present in the water supply. Now this was back in 2014, and this goes on for years. For years, the residents of Michigan, Flint, were complaining that the water smelled, tasted, and looked funny. And the city kept saying, oh, nothing to worry about here. How many times do we have to repeat history for people to start getting angry about the fact that the government is trying to kill us and profit off of us? How many times? We got wildfires, we got natural disasters, we got water problems. We got the Biden administration, that whole 4 years is a whole category of its own. When are people going to start getting angry and demanding answers about our safety? When are we going to demand that the government is supposed to start doing what they were intended to do? Let's not forget FEMA, okay? Remember what they did in Maui and Western North Carolina and all of the other states that were hit down south. They were non-existent. They didn't even show up for us. You think they're going to be in Florida with boxes of fucking water when the damn pumps and wells and systems kick the bucket? No, it's going to be mass fucking panic. People trying to flee the state. And let me tell you, the last time that this happened during a hurricane, there was a traffic jam from Miami all the way to northern Jacksonville. That's the entire state. You couldn't even get out of the state. Millions of people on the, literally millions, trying to all escape through one fucking road. 95. There's one road in and one road out. Now you can hit the back roads and not take the interstate, but those were fucking, during an evacuation, those are busy. You're actually best to stay on the highway, because those small roads, they start having car accidents and the cops have to show up, then the road's blocked down. Ask me how I know. It's crazy. So in 2016, Rick Snyder declared a state of emergency in Flint, Michigan. Barack Obama, the same year, declared a federal state of emergency because of the drinking water. Between 6,000 and 14,000 children were exposed. You can best believe that's double or triple. The fact that they say 6,000 to 14,000, take that 14,000 and triple it. Children are particularly at risk from long-term effects of lead poisoning through water, which can include a reduction in intellectual functioning and IQ. It can increase issues with mental and physical health. So that means if your child has ADHD and they start drinking this water, their behavioral problems will get worse. It also causes an increased chance of Alzheimer's disease. Is that what it is? They're trying to give us all fucking Alzheimer's so we can't remember that they're actually supposed to be protecting us and not poisoning us. The water supply was considered a possible cause of an outbreak in Lingeria's disease. It killed 12 people and affected another 87. Although the original source of the bacteria was never found. Wait a minute, ain't that like from water? And you're having water problems, but you don't know if it came from there and it's in one specific place in the country. Common sense goes a long way, you guys. Yes, it's pneumonia caused by a species of bacteria, which is Legionnaires, and it can kill you. Lovely. Yay. Oh, wow. So this Rick Snyder, who was the governor of Michigan, was actually charged with felonies. Former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder and 8 other officials were charged with 34 felony counts and 7 misdemeanors, 41 counts in all for their role in the crisis. What the fuck did they do? 4 government officials, 1 from the city of Flint, 2 from Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, and 1 from the Environmental Protection Agency, resigned over the mishandling of this crisis. Hold on, but were they in office from the start? Yes. Yeah, so when the problem started back in 2014, they ignored it. There's been lawsuits on this. Jesus Christ. 15 criminal cases have been filed against local and state officials, but only 1 minor conviction has been obtained. And all other charges have been dismissed or dropped. On August 20th of 2020, the victims of the water crisis were awarded a combined settlement of $600 million, with 80% going to the families of children affected by the crisis. By November, that settlement had grew to $641 million. An extensive lead service pipe replacement effort has been underway since 2016. In early 2017, some officials asserted that the water quality had returned to acceptable levels. This was a fucking lie. Still is. So the officials said, oh, the water's fine. But in January of 2019, residents and officials expressed doubt about the cleanliness of the water yet again. There were an estimated 25,000 lead service pipes still in place as of 2019. As of December 8th of 2020, fewer than 500 service lines still needed to be inspected. They're not even inspecting the service lines. Who knows what's growing in them? This is crazy. As of July 16th of 2021, 27,000 water service lines have been excavated and inspected, resulting in the replacement of 10,000 lead pipes. Okay, so these are the pipes that go from the, I'm assuming that go from the water treatment plant into the homes of people. These lines that come from the water treatment plant would have to flow miles and miles. You know what I mean? I'm assuming. And what was it called? service lines. Water service lines have been excavated and inspected. After $400 million in state and federal spending, Flint has secured a clean water source, distributed filters to all who want them, and that's not true. However, a legacy of distrust remains, and many residents still refuse to drink the tap water. For example, in 2023, Jordan Chariton interviewed a black woman whose children became sick due to the tainted water. Both of her children died over the next couple of years due to the exposure. In 2024, this reporter, Jordan Chriton, he wrote a book, We the Poisoned, Exposing the Flint Water Crisis Cover-Up and the Poisoning of Hundreds of Thousands of Americans. Hold on. Water lines. What did it say? Inspection. Inspect. N-S-E. Inspection. Water lines inspection. A water line inspection involves a visual check of your plumbing system, including water pipes, fittings, and appliances. That's what I thought. And it sounds like they had to dig these up to check them, though. I want a water line pipe by city. So yes, it looks like they go out and inspect all of the lines. They have robotic video pipe cameras, push cameras, and lateral launch cameras. Holy shit. All right. While Flint's water technically meets the federal standards in 2025, issues persist, including contaminants, blah, 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 blah. It says, I love how Google is trying to gaslight the victims of a crime and says, the issues persist, including lingering trust and concerns about lead and other contaminants in older homes. No, you're gaslighting. You're gaslighting. So in 2014, Flint, Michigan switches water sources from Lake Hernan to the Flint River. In 2015, high lead levels discovered in homes and children's bloodstream. And this is when the mayor was notified back in 2015, and all of these government officials covered it up. And that's why they were charged criminally, although nobody was convicted. How convenient. 2016, Barack Obama declares a state of emergency. 2018, water was declared safe. 25, Flint residents continue to face lasting health and psychological trauma. And listen, I read another report last year that was out of 2024, and it was talking about smaller communities still don't have clean and drinking water. So allegedly, they're still having this fucking issue. Of course, Google won't let me fucking access what I need. Yes. They're still saying that some continue to experience issues like corrosion, discolored water, and a bad smell. Residents also to continue to fight for issues like proper health care fund and blah, blah, blah. A CDC survey found that over 50% of Flint, Michigan households believe their physical health had worsened. So these came from lead pipes, it looks like, right? Well, it came out of the new drinking water source. That's right. They were exposed to it through the water. Sorry. Yeah, the Flint River had dangerously high lead levels. What smells like rotten eggs in water? Is that the sulfur? Sulfate gas. Hydrogen sulfate gas. These bacteria can thrive in warm, low oxygen environments like hot water heaters and wells. The smell is generally harmless, but can be a sign of other potentially water quality issues. Sulfate reducing bacteria. These bacteria convert sulfates in the water into hydrogen sulfide gas, which also has a strong rotten egg smell. Weird. When shit goes down here, y'all, just know I've been talking about it fucking religiously since I have been down here. It never smelled like that before. I lived here in 2019. It's never smelled like that. The water has never smelled like this until 2024. That's when it started. I was here for 2019, parts of 2020. I moved down here in 23, worked for a full year almost. Never smelt water like that. I left and moved back in 24, at the end of 24, October of last year, and that's when I noticed this smell. This smell has not always smelled like this. The whole city, it permeates or whatever in the city. It smells so bad. I don't understand why I'm the only one, but Aaron was the only one that took the initiative to go find out why all of these people were sick. Everybody knew that in Hinckley, California, if you moved out there, you were destined to be sick as a dog. Everybody knew that if you moved to Hinckley, you were going to get fucking cancer. At least one of you or your 6 family members would. Everybody knew that they were having problems in Hinckley. The doctors knew because the doctors were treating the patients for them being exposed to chemicals that made them sick. The doctors' offices in Hinckley were busy as fuck. And actually, they would have to commute, as you'll see in the movie. Everybody in town knew that Hinckley was where you would go to get poisoned. For years, they were dumping shit. PG&E. And it was Erin that went out of her way to do a little bit of digging. And it ended in what? $333 million lawsuit? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Everybody can smell it. Everybody's, washing in it. Everybody's brushing their teeth with it. But yet I'm the only one that's concerned. It's exhausting. It is. It's exhausting to care. It really is. It's like, how do you not smell this shit? And why ain't nobody saying nothing? Why ain't people going to the city council saying, hey, and I don't know where they go. Where do they go? The city council? Why ain't nobody going to the city council and saying, hey, it smells like shit out here. We got to fix this. I think we're getting polluted. I think we're getting poisoned. There we go. I think we're getting poisoned. It's crazy. I don't know where that fucking smell comes from, but it stinks, honey. Stinks out there right now. You can't escape it everywhere you go. Anywhere where they use mass quantities of water, the smell gets worse. A pool, a gym, the laundromat, car washes, anywhere where there's using buckets on buckets of water, it smells even worse. So it's the water. I thought that it was just the air. I was like, why every time it rains does it smell like a porta potty out here? I mean, no lie. You wash your clothes and your clothes smells like a homeless encampment. It smells like shit sometimes. You take dirty clothes in the laundromat and your clothes come out smelling worse than they did when you walk in. Ain't that crazy? Oh, and nobody says anything about it. Everybody just keeps showering and going about their life like they're not getting poisoned. I'm just here to tell you that I've already learned really early on. How old was I? How old was I when I was obsessed with that whole movie? My mama liked that movie. Aaron Brockovich. What year did that come out? Hey Siri. What year did Aaron Brockovich come out?
Aaron Brockovich was released on March 14th, 2000.
2000. So yeah, I learned at a very young age, what is that, like 11, 12, 13, how contamination works with drinking water. I learned from that movie, you know, yeah, how to pay attention. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So when the infrastructure fails here and nobody has water, just know it's going to be a shit show. I mean, because if we don't have water, then we can't live. All the drinking water will be wiped off the shelves within 12 hours of the system going down. So, you know, there won't be no water. It's exactly what happened in Michigan. Everybody panicked. I mean, and rightfully so. But they had to didn't they have to like fly in water and shit? Weren't they bringing crates? Did they bring crates of water to Michigan during the water crisis? Yeah, bottled water was often in crates or cases, was brought to Flint, Michigan during the crisis. Yeah, that would be the only way, is to, yeah, freight it in or fly it in, or, because they're not going to be able to get down the fucking interstate. Transfer trucks can't get through here. Shit, transfer trucks going to be stuck here with the rest of us. Yeah, it's crazy. It's disgusting. It really is. And it's just like, how does nobody smell this shit? Why am I the only... And it makes me look like I got a problem with everything, and I don't. I just want the world to run like it's supposed to run. We have money that goes towards the budget. It should be into the budget. We shouldn't be having these fucking problems in 2025. If there wasn't misspending and misuse of government money going on, we wouldn't even be here to start with. But why does God make me care? Because I wish I didn't. I do. I wish I didn't give a fuck. I can't, though. I can't walk around being stupid like that. That's just, I mean, ignorance is bliss, ain't it? Is that why they say that? Because these motherfuckers are so blissful showering in water that smells like shit. Like a happy duck on a fucking lake. Tell me you've gotten too good. Tell me you live a life of privilege and you don't even recognize the evil that walks around you every day. Like, for real, like you are privileged. And dumb. Don't even realize it. Y'all, I'm about to have to go shower. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not awake. awake yet. Shush it. I got a 40-minute drive to work. Well, I'm gonna run and shower you guys, and then we'll talk. I'm gonna do my makeup for work. We'll do like a really cute makeup look for work. Sorry I have to cut the comments off. I can't think when people are talking craziness. But I love you guys, and pray for me because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for y'all, and we'll talk in a little while right before work. Bye, y'all.